So after a long anticipated year, it is November. We finally have a 2024 release of Stagg.
And here's the crazy thing. I still haven't found one. This is Dave's bottle.
That's right. My bottle. Suckers! Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to review Stagg 24A. I don't even know the deals with it. What is it?
Wait, this is your bottle. Why am I opening it?
I mean, you can open it. I don't care. I got no feelings about that whatsoever.
I'm in my feelings that you've still found a Stagg before me.
I did find a Stagg before.
I mean, he has. This is upsetting.
Listen, mark this down as one of the first things ever, because most of the time he gets the things before I do.
I mean, for the most part, I'm not really upset that he got it. I'm happy he got it. It's just like it's just crazy messed up found Stagg.
I agree with you. Like, I'm surprised that you have not.
Out of all the things I've struck out, what are you doing over here?
I kind of the little tab was
fair. All right, so anyway, so this is Stagg 24A. I'm pretty sure we're one of the last channels to review it, or at least I feel like we are.
Honestly, we're in the state of Kentucky, and we're just now getting this. I don't even know if this is completely out on the shelf or not.
I know Liquor Barns, or not Liquor Barn, I'm sorry. I know Cox's have gotten it. A lot of the secondary stores have gotten it. I'm pretty sure Total Wine has got it. Don't hold me to that.
Have they put it out? That's the thing. That's
don't
what I'm saying.
know.
Like, I don't know that we've put it out.
And I don't know if Kroger and or Liquor Barns got it.
Yeah. So,
again, whenever you all sit here and think like, hey, you all get everything in the state of Kentucky, just remember, we're not always like the first ones. There's a lot of
we're not always the first ones for sure.
That should actually be a video I do. I should hit like a bunch of the main stores.
Yeah.
And just show like what's on the shelf. Like around like delivery day.
Do us a favor, hit the like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Tell us if that's a video that you'd like to see, like our big box stores and maybe even some of our mom and pop stores that we go to.
True.
You like to see what's on the shelves. I mean, I've got a store beside me that I could show you. They have everything, but
they have everything because everything there costs a house.
Yeah, it's like a mortgage payment. So there you go.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I'm excited. Like, finally 2024. 24A is.
Man, that's a lot better. All right, really quick, for anybody who hasn't lived underneath a rock, this is a Stagg. It is made by Buffalo Trace. One of the more sought after Buffalo Trace products, I think.
I always say this. From a value standpoint, this is probably one of the best values in bourbon.
If you're talking about age, it's at least a minimum of 4 years. Most of the time, they're between 7 and 9. I don't know the age. It's not really locked in, but from talking to people that actually work at the distillery, that's the age profile. It just varies depending on the year.
Yeah.
This one is 127.6 proof. MSRP is $65, but how much did you pay for it?
Out the door, $84.90 something cents.
Yeah. Which I think all of us would.
$79.99 as basically, that's what it's, $79.99 from Evergreen.
Yep.
Which, listen, to support a store like Evergreen, if I have to pay $10 over what other people are going to pay at someplace,
it don't matter.
I'm happy to do it. They are always very kind to us, and we love their stores. Zach's store is downtown. My store is in Middletown, so between the two of us, we're at those places all the time. So, that's an interesting, like a raspberry note.
Okay, so I was getting ready to say that at first I got this real like chalk medicinal nose, and I was like, "What is that?" And now that's totally went away. Thankfully, I do agree with the raspberry.
And it was like really prevalent.
Now here's the thing. I gotta say this. I had a really bad experience with black raspberry pie. All right, terrible experience.
I said, what happened?
Look,
I
can't talk about it because
experience.
PTSD is going to kick in.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I was working at the fire department at the time.
Yeah.
And whenever I woke up, I was getting sick on the dot every 30 minutes. I was driving the fire truck that night. We had like 3 runs that night. So as we're getting runs, I am basically staging with the truck, and I am throwing up. Like, it's bad.
I thought you might have been going the other end.
No, it was constant.
Yeah.
That was the first time I've really ever had food poisoning, and it was rough.
Oh gosh, that nose I really enjoy. There's like a char note to it.
I was getting ready to say there's actually like a really nice like char note, but think of this, and
gosh, that smells good.
And I'm saying that,
and this is fresh crack, and
this is totally fresh crack,
and there's not much ethanol on that at all.
Nope, I agree. Think of a Joseph A. Magnus cigar blend. I think if they toasted it, that's what it reminds me of. Like, I'm being like dead serious with you guys. It reminds me of like a really heavily toasted
Magnus. If you feel so necessary to do something like that,
look, you should do it. Just let us have a single barrel of it. We'll do it for charity.
Yeah,
it's all cool.
We will charity
a double oak cigar blend.
Oh gosh, man! I mean, truthfully, this nose on this is really nice.
It's also like very like tobacco leaf, very fresh tobacco leaf on the nose on that too. A little bit of fresh whipped cream. Yeah, it's kind of going everywhere with it. There's a little bit of ethanol coming off on that nose,
just a little bit,
but it's kind of going like all different directions.
It's not as much, but truthfully, like most of the time when I fresh crack a Stagg, the ethanol is one of those things that just kind of punches you in the face. And it's not that way with this.
That reminds me. I don't know which batch it was, but I'd just gotten into I've been drinking bourbon since I wasn't allowed to. But the very first time I ever got a Stagg, I don't know if it was like batch 7 or 8, whatever it was. It was like one of the first like really big allocated bottles I'd ever gotten at the time. Because I didn't hunt for allocated bottles. I just bought whiskey on the shelf in the liquor store. It was whenever I moved down here, so I guess 2016 maybe, whenever it was, whatever. Anyways, I got it. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I could trade this for a couple of cool things I would like. I was like, you know what? I got it. It was like $50. I'll crack it open. I remember trying it for the first time thinking, did I make a mistake? Like, this is too hot.
Is it too
hot? And then like, I remember I went and put like a drop of water in there, and it opened it up a lot. And then I was telling somebody who kind of really trained my palate and really kind of opened up my eyes, like hunting bourbon and everything. I told him, it's like, I think I'm going to put it like over a cube tomorrow. And he's like, Zach, if I wasn't talking to you on the phone, I'd slap you. He's like, just do what you're doing with the water. You'll appreciate it later. You'll appreciate it. He's 1,000% correct.
There is a good char on that palate. There's a good cherry note to that. A little... it's just got a good sweetness to it, in a really good way. I don't know if that is a fruity kind of sweetness or what it is. But there's a good sweetness to that. But then it's followed by that nice, what I call the Stagg finish. Like, I think it's good.
There's a lot of like baking good sweetness in it. Like
maybe that's what
birthday cake, muffin. A little bit of donut. Like, there's a lot of that's just coming to my mind right now. And it's almost like if there was like a cherry like icing, I would think something like that. It's just that there's a lot of like baking good sweetness to it. That's really good. I think this is outstanding, by the way. Like, overall, the finish is super strong.
Yeah.
There's a really nice oak in the background of everything in your palate and your finish.
Yeah.
That just really helps amplify everything.
I agree with that.
And this is really good. And I'll be... I still haven't got one. I gotta find one. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. I'm like, why can't this be like 20? What was it, 23B that we hated?
Yeah, 23B was not our favorite.
I think sucked. But man, this is really good. This reminds me of some Stagg batches that you just love.
Yeah.
And you're just like, man, like, to get one is special, and to get a couple would just be incredible.
Yeah. I think, like, looking at it, I mean, honestly, again, I feel like I say this all the time. From a value standpoint, this is $65 to $80, whatever you're talking about. If you're talking from a big box store, if you're lucky enough to find this, or if you've got relationships with some of these other stores, a lot of times they're going to let these go to you for maybe 10% over retail.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, it's a buy all day long. It's just a solid pour. The proof is right. The flavor's right. The nose is right. The finish is right. Like it's just kind of right.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
They're not always right, but when they are right, they're dag near perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is just about perfect.
Yeah, this is in so many ways like a good Stagg. I think is very chocolate. I mean, well, yeah, I'm sorry. It's very fruity, maybe some chocolate notes. This one isn't as fruity, but like the bacon good notes. Like as I was sitting there having that last drink, you get like I don't know what it would be called, but some kind of like donut with fruit on it. Like,
listen, I was getting ready to say like this is a Jeff donut.
Yes, for you all who don't know, if you're ever in the Louisville area,
there's like 6 locations now.
Dude,
find Jeff's Donuts.
I'm gonna tell you all right now, they're an expensive donut. They are a bougie donut,
they're only $2.50 each.
That's an expensive donut, in my opinion.
I mean, it is, but when the donut is this big,
that's what I was getting ready to say. The donut's actually big. It's not like what's the real popular one that's like it's a real thick donut. It's small. It's like $3.
Is that
King's Donut?
King's Duck Donuts?
Something like that. I can't remember. They're good too. I just think Jeff's is way better.
Jeff's is the best.
With all that being said,
matter of fact, I'm getting Jeff's on Monday for a school because I
think I might go get it tomorrow.
Selfishly, I wanted to get a dozen for the office, so I was like, "Yeah, we're going to get a dozen too."
Yeah.
So
look, here's our point. This thing is dang good.
Yeah.
If you can find one, it is that time of year, guys, where releases are going to be coming out. You have to wait in line. End of the year stuff. Look, I have a guy who messages us all the time who he's in like with 3 stores. He's like, I'm not the top guy in any store, but I'm like mid-tier. What should I get? And he always brings one of these up. And this is like, this is a really good bottle.
You know what else I'm excited about? Is that this could actually go into our end of the year battle since we actually have one now.
I know, right? Don't drink it all.
I won't. I promise. I'll leave some.
You just want to leave it here just to be safe?
No, because I know you'll drink on it.
What?
But truthfully, like, you know what we've always said at the end of the year when we do our list is only on things that we have actually purchased with us. So
gotta have the bottle.
We have to have the bottle. So those are things that we get excited about that we know should be at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, tell us if you've had this already because again we are behind probably most everybody doing this review. But tell us if you've had it. Tell us what you think about it. We'd love to hear. And until the next time,
we'll see you.
We'll see you.